Ah, there we go. Wait a minute. Is that, yes, there we go. Hello, everybody. How are you this evening? Man, I really gotta make that intro a little bit longer. I gotta like, add maybe another minute to it or so. Just enough to kind of give me a little bit more time to get situated. So, how are you on this lovely Tuesday? I will let you know, next Tuesday, I may or may not be here. I'm not entirely sure, but I will let you know probably Tuesday afternoon or so. So I'll put up a thingy if I'm going to be here or not. So how you doing? Funny enough, I was thinking about Yakov Smirnoff. I could have sworn he was in a movie called The Incredible Genie. Must be that good old Mandela effect. Yeah, that's one I don't know about. Honestly, the only thing that I really know with Yakov was the TV series, The What a Country. But I know he's been in a couple of I think he was in one of the Beverly Hills Cops movies. So yeah. What's going on, everybody? Just I'm going to give you a nice broad hello to everyone. And I'm glad you made it once again. I really do appreciate it. I think we have fun hijinks and shenanigans here. So I actually have, I'm trying to bring up my little notepad here. I have some questions, and I want to have them answered immediately. Who is your daddy and what does he do? Oh God, why is that's my Twitch alert going off? I have that turned off, but for some reason I don't understand. This is wacky. I have Twitch and YouTube both set up through OBS. And for some reason, even though I have it all like deselected and whatnot, it's still, when I'm on Twitch, it does some YouTube stuff, and when I'm on YouTube, it does some Twitch stuff. It's very strange. Even if I have that shit all off. So I don't know. Oh, and also, before I forget, I'm going to turn this on. Come see me at the Sci-Fi Horror Fest this August, peoples. Fun hijinks and more shenanigans will be there. You can come and see me. I saw somebody. What are my feelings on Phantom of the Paradise? I saw it once and I didn't like it, but I am willing to see it again. Okay. What I wanted to ask you guys. Did I ever hear about the Silent Hill Kindergarten Cop connection? I did an entire video about that. Actually, give me a second here. I'm chewing on my pen now. I am so professional here. Oh, holy moly, that reminds me, I need to bring up my Social Blade, or Social Streamlabs, so I can see what the fudge is going on. Adam Wetstein with the super chat, man. Thank you. And that was, oh my God, Elephant with the $20 from your Twitch friend. You are a sweetheart. Thank you so much, Elephant. I really super genuinely appreciate that. You are the wind beneath my wings. Thank you so very much. And ooh.
French.
There we go. Love the wacky VCR video. Adam Wetstein, thank you, man. Yeah, it's weird. The thing that's crazy about the I'm not entirely sure what I'm gonna end up calling it. The VHS, direct to video, whatever. It went over like everybody loves it. Like, I mean, people are, yes, I want more, I want more, I want more. Views wise, it's doing okay. You know, it's not doing great, it's not doing bad, it's just doing kind of middle of the road, which is kind of a bummer because I was hoping that that would do a lot better, especially considering that there are things like Wheel of the Worst out there. And this was not me trying to rip off Wheel of the Worst. This was me just thinking, hey, you know what? There is an overwhelming amount of direct-to-video stuff out there. Like when I honestly was looking up Bigfoot stuff because I'm working on a video about exists, and I stumbled upon fishing with what was it? Yeah, it was fishing with the biggins, and somebody was like, "You got to do an exploring of that," and I jokingly was like, "Watch me," and then I started thinking about it and said, "All right, I have an idea for this. There is so many direct-to-video oddities that came out around that time, such as fishing with the biggins and do the Macarena totally nude and all that stuff. So I figured I would put together an assortment of things that I knew. Like I had actually already seen most of those before that. And I just thought it would make for a really interesting video. And like I said, uh, the general consensus is all in on it. Like they are really happy with that. So I'm happy. I mean, I'm hopefully the next one does a little better. Maybe it's just a slow week or something because it was Easter Monday. Not a lot of people were on it, so I don't know. But how can we come see you if you're a disembodied voice? Well, I guess you know it's either that or 3 cats in a trench coat. So with a disembodied voice. Had the chance to play Sewer Shark recently and was surprised at how much you enjoyed it. Hard as nails, but a fun ride. Do you have any other favorites on the Sega CD? Yeah, I love Sewer Shark. It's another one I did a video on. Sewer Shark was, I mean, that was the first Sega CD FMV game. Ground Zero Texas is tremendous. That one, you don't even have to emulate it. You can get you can buy it on PlayStation 5, you can buy it on Steam, usually fairly cheap. I have a physical copy of both. I have the original Sega CD version, and then I have the new fangled was it Screaming Villains? Whatever the through Limited Run Games put it out, but it was through like Screaming Villains or whatever. They're the guys that are remastering Night Trap and Double Switch and all those games. So yeah, you enjoyed the direct video a lot. That's awesome. I'm glad to hear that. Oh God, yeah. I'm doing Evil Tunes at some point. Evil Tunes is pretty wacky. We moved. You found a mint condition RCA VCR still in the box. Need to buy an adapter and a wall. Oh wow, there is a certain amount of nostalgia to that. Although I'm at the point now where I have. I had one of those VCR to disc transfer devices, so I ported like a whole ton of VHS tapes over to digital, and so now I just, I'm not going to hook up a VCR to the TV, but I am watching VCR tapes on my TV through the computer. So I'm trying to think of what other. There were a lot of like FMV games, but I mean specifically if you're going to go Sega CD, I liked Sewer Shark a lot. I liked Ground Zero Texas. I liked Night Trap. God, what were some of the other? What's some of them other FMV games? Again, Double Switch. Little Plumbers Don't Wear Ties, but that was 3D. So. When are you going to show your real face? Dude, I showed my real face numerous times. I'm on 3 award-winning documentaries, In Search of Darkness 1, 2, and 3. I am, I think I'm in Search of Tomorrow. I don't remember if I made the cut for that one or not. That's why I don't say. I'm going to be in Search of Darkness 90s Part 1 and 2. I believe I'm going to be in the Terabytes video documentary. If you want to see me, there are plenty of places you can see me. I am amazed they haven't done Sewer Shark yet. It's crazy. Like, of all the ones, like, I understand them starting with Night Trap, but I'm just stunned that they haven't done Sewer Shark yet. There must be some kind of problem. The only thing I can think of, because that had John Dykstra, I believe, directed. That's John Dykstra from Star Wars. So maybe for one reason or another, he might own the rights of something and he doesn't want to deal. I honestly don't know, Kyle X. Ooh, makes me think of Kyle XY, if you've ever seen that TV show. That was a good show. That Perez Hilton got canceled because he sucks. Long story there, but you can look it up if you want to.
The French.
Anyway, any old horror comics like Gore Shriek? We talked about it a little bit last week. Johnny the Homicidal Maniac. Not really a gore comic, but more of a satire. God, there was one. Oh, I'm totally blanking on it. It was something from the 90s that was it wasn't Cry for Dawn, but Cry for Dawn, I remember Cry for Dawn. That had a lot of very adult themes in it. But there was one, it felt like a good version of the Danzig comic. Carrie Mulligan, thank you so much again for the donation, dude. What are my thoughts on 1979's Tilt? If you haven't heard of it, Brooke Shields plays a child pinball prodigy who has a face-off against the pinball master played by Charles Durning. No, that one is new to me. Let me see. Tilt. 1979. Oh, look at young Brooke Shields. Pre Blue Lagoon. Let's see. John Crawford. Lorenzo Lamas. I was at the Sci-Fi Horror Con last year with him. He was very polite. He was a very, very nice gentleman. So no, I have never seen Tilt, but now I wanna. So I'm gonna put that down on the to see list. Anyway, the only God, it's been so long since I've really read comics. Just because I see it now before I forget. River, you're asking about Solar Babies? Yes. Solar Babies, probably later this year. But yeah, the I can't really. The only gore comics that I know I read one, but I am totally blanking on the name of it because it's been so long. Because seriously, I haven't read my old comics for probably 20 years. I read some the New 52 when it came out for a couple years, but that's not what you were asking. So yeah, I all I remember, the only ones I remember was Johnny the Homicidal Maniac and Cry for Dawn. But I know if I go digging through my collection, I could probably find what I'm looking for. But yeah, I know there was a gore comic that I used to read. It was in black and white. It was just something crazy. So. Oh yeah, I read Evil Ernie and Lady Death, which they were gonna make a Evil Ernie movie, but they wanted to completely change it. They wanted to kind of make it like Trick or Treat, where he's this loser and all this.
The French.
Depressed Canadian. A good B-movie channel to check out is Bad Movie Bible. I know Bad Movie Bible. I don't know personally, but I am aware of them. He does deep dives into Italian and Bollywood broths of Star Wars indie. Also, you ever worry when your picks overlap with RLM. Okay, well, for your first question, or actually that wasn't really a question, but you were saying I should check out Bad Movie Bible. Yeah, I've seen his stuff crop up from time to time. I haven't really watched any of it, but he seems to be doing well, so that's kind of neat. A lot of stuff that is fun to cover. Like I've been meaning to do more of like the Bollywood ripoffs and the Turkish Star Wars and all that. But the thing is, a lot of those have been done to death, and I try to veer towards stuff that hasn't really been done, or at least done too much. But do I worry when my picks overlap with RLM? Not really. Because I was actually talking about this with somebody the other day, yesterday actually, where they were like, you might want to check RLM every time you're getting ready to do one of these VHS videos. And I was like, well, honestly, I don't have time to check. And the thing is, do they check, everybody else to see if somebody else has already done this? Like, I'm not really one that believes in reviewer dibs. I look at it from the perspective of that I am bringing my own personality, my own flavor to whatever I'm talking about. So this way, it's like it's different from what they're doing. For something like Wheel of the Worst, they're spinning the wheel and they crap all over it and whatever. Me, I'm talking about it a little bit. I'm kind of goofing on it. It's a different vibe, and I come from the perspective of my jokes are not going to be their jokes, so it's just a different thing. Same thing with like riff tracks and Mystery Science Theater. I've covered movies before they have, and vice versa. They've covered movies before I have. And, sometimes there might be, with Mystery Science Theater, sometimes there might be like a tangential thought where we both come to the same conclusion for a joke. And that just happens. That's just one of those things. It's like if you have a bunch of funny people in a room and you show them something, there's more than likely a couple of them are going to come to the same, are going to blurt out the same joke at the same time. So I kind of look at it from that perspective, but I don't really worry too much about RLM because their audience is like people that watch them, or I should say people that watch me watch them. People that watch them, some of them watch me. So yeah, I guess it's like the my audience is Red Letter Media's audience, but Red Letter Media's audience isn't my audience, obviously, because what are they, million subscribers or what have you. But so I think it would be really neat if ever they invited me on, and especially because the audience has been saying, we would love for you to go on RLM and whatnot. But honestly, as I've said before, I don't know if they are even aware of my existence. They are a huge channel. They cover a lot of the stuff that I do, but in a different way. They're usually a lot harsher on it than I am. Like, I don't want to say mean-spirited, but they definitely come down on stuff more. I kind of do it more in a loving way, and I think they do it.
Drop that zero and get with the hero.
They do it more in a crappy way. So, but yeah, I'm not saying that they are crappy. They are great. When I was starting out, I was watching their Plinkett videos, and I almost stopped because I was like, holy fuck, I'm not going to be able to compete with this shit. And I'm glad I didn't because I don't know what I'd be doing right now. So anyway, boy, that was a long answer to that. I know I have a bunch of things here. Let's see. Oh, have I seen Teeth? Yes, numerous times, and it's getting a musical version. Cat Breath, yes. You should have been here the first night. We had like 600 people in here, dude. Let me get to. All right, so that was Carrie Muller, and then Lee with the $5 donation. Thank you so much. With Hollywood dipping more and more into video games, when are we getting a Joust movie? Don't tempt them. I'm sure they're trying to figure out. I mean, we're getting another. I mean, this isn't a video game, but we're getting another remake of Romeo and Juliet because apparently we needed that. We're getting what did they just announced something really stupid that was getting an adaptation. There's so many anymore. I can't even catch up. I know we're still getting the Tetris movie, Tetris trilogy apparently. Have you read Razor? No, but I've listened to Razor. There's a band called Razor. They're like a thrash metal band from I believe they were a Bay Area thrash band from the 80s. Really fucking good. Bad Movie Bible is on your recommends. Added some videos to watch, but haven't watched them yet. Will I review The Faculty? Absolutely. I love The Faculty. The Faculty actually is my number one. I don't want to say bucket list, but is my number one list movie that I want to do a video on. Problem is, everyone involved in that damn movie went on to be very famous. And so it's really hard getting a hold. Like, Robert Rodriguez isn't returning my phone calls. So I've got some stuff, but not enough to really put together a whole video yet. And I've been digging on that for a long time. So I need more structure. But I'm not giving up hope because I had been trying to do Afflicted since 2018. And I was just frustrated because I couldn't get a hold of anybody. Because I tried, I went through publicists, I Facebook, every fucking thing, could not get a hold of Cliff and Derek. And finally, a very, very, very kind soul on Twitter, an actor who he was he was a Canadian actor who knew them because they were Canadian. They're not were, but they are Canadian. And so they worked in the same circles. So he knew their editor, hooked me up with them. We talked. They were like apologetic. I'm like, I've been trying to get a hold of you guys since 2018. And they were like, we're sorry. Like we didn't mean to be so hard to get a hold of. But they were great. And so I'm not giving up on The Faculty. I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to do it, but I would love to. So Faculty, video eventually. Favorite Joe Flaherty role? Everything that he did on SCTV was hilarious. RLM's Mike and Jay have your channel on super notifications. If they did, I would put that on I would put that how people will put their information on Twitter. I would put that as my little descriptor. RLM's Mike and Jay have my channel on super notifications. Get the fuck out of here. That would be crazy. That was the day when I found out that the Angry Video Game Nerd, Angry Video Game Nerd, I know he watched my Crow video because he emailed me about it. But when Doug, Nostalgia Critic, plugged my channel saying how much he loved the exploring videos and stuff, that's just surreal when you have somebody, people that have been doing this for a long time that are, enormous in the internet space that like you. It's crazy. So, and I mean, and there's been a few of those over the years. I've had directors, producers, writers. Just today, I had a director contact me, telling me how much they love the channel. It's surreal and crazy. I'm always humbled and flattered, and it means so much to me because YouTube is a harsh mistress. YouTube can be very difficult at times, but when you get an email from a fan or from somebody famous or somebody who you admire, and they're like, "Hey, we love what you do." Oh my God, is that crazy? That is just, hook it up to my veins, as they say. The Alpha Slayer. Oh my God, dude, with the $20 super chat. Thank you. Sorry for making you wait. As you know me, I get talking and I just keep talking. So thank you so much, man. Love your content. Was brought over by a Psycho Stick tweet back in the day. Love those guys too. Psycho Stick have been good friends since for like a decade now. I think I internet met them back in. Well, the funny thing is with Psycho Stick, I used to when in my previous life, I used to drive home from the city, and I would listen to Liquid Metal on XM back when it was XM. And they used to play Beer about the same time every night. And I was like, this song's funny. And then either 2013 or 2014, their manager Murph reached out to me and was like, "Hey man, the guys love bad movies and they love your stuff." And we just got talking, and we kind of hit it off, became like internet friends. I met them at Too Many Games, like every year they're out here. Just really cool guys. Always good to chat with them. And I was supposed to do a thing with we were going to talk about Anonymous Rex. But if you ever, the last song, or I shouldn't say the last song. Whenever there's my outro, there's the first musical interlude, the little backing track. That's the uninvited song. And then I do a stinger, and then after that is the music that they had written for what was going to be an episode on Anonymous Rex. We were going to do something all together, and that one just never happened. So they ended up using it. They ended up using it for an Angry Video Game Nerd rental reviews video. And I was like, hey, and then people were like, "Hey, I recognize that song. That's Good Bad Flix's outgo track, So, but anyway, to answer your question, you got their Psycho Stick question back in the day. Have you heard of Blood Opera? Check out the song "Be My Victim." Blood Opera, "Be My Victim." I have not, but I will definitely give it a listen. From the sounds of it, I'm going to guess that it's probably, possibly death metal, possibly Beauty and the Beast, maybe a little symphonic metal. I'm just guessing here, but that sounds really interesting. I will definitely check it out. Thank you again so much, man. I appreciate it. RLM isn't the arbiter of YouTube. Not everyone watches them. I personally prefer watching others over watching others cover their movies. I don't always watch their stuff, to be honest. I occasionally, I really enjoyed their Star Wars stuff. I've seen a few Wheel the Worsts, but I haven't, sometimes I'm just like, nah, I'm just not interested. So it really varies off. Yes, I used to read She back in the day, Chris. That was Joe Quesada, who's now running Marvel, or at least he was. I don't know if he's still running Marvel, But yeah, that was the Joe Quesada book. Or was it? Wait, he did Ninjak. I think he did She. It's been a while. Red Letter Media are overhyped as hell. Man. Dracula Unleashed is another good FMV game. The acting totally hamchies. Interesting. I played a lot of FMV games. I used to have FMV Friday on Twitch, and haven't done one in a while. But I will say, if you would like, right under, I'm pointing down, you can't see this, right under the video is a link to my Twitch channel. This Friday, we are going to be playing, what's the name of this game? Knowledge or No Lady. It is, you are the sole male student at a woman's university. You're about to embark on a sweet and laughter-filled campus love journey from a first-person perspective. How will you resist the temptations of the beauties and create your own legend in this girl's school? So this is a Chinese FMV game, and it looks fantastic. So we're going to be playing that. Me and my lovely wife will be joining the usual Twitch crowd. Usually on Twitch, Friday nights, we watch old TV shows. We watch public domain movies. We watch all kinds of crap. But this Friday, I kind of want to play that. Because Saturday, I'm going to continue with Hunted, the Demon Forge. So, am I familiar with the comic book creator Stan Sakai? No, I'm not. Sorry. JDM. I enjoy your channel because you seem authentic and even your most negative opinions aren't at all cruel or nasty. I mean, that's kind of the way that I am, really. I mean, I'm not, and this is not a dig at Nostalgia Critic and Angry Video Game Nerd and all that. Like, they're playing characters, and that's their shtick. Me, I'm not that good of an actor. So I am myself. I am a really big movie entertainment fan, what have you. So really, I'm just talking about the shit that I like, you know? And I mean, when I review movies and stuff, I'm just talking about what's good, what's bad, what they did right, what they did wrong. And you know, there's no need to really be.
Yes, I hate goals.
Ted. Was that too loud?
Yes, I hate goals.
Oh my God. I'm sorry if that's too loud. Oh, Ted. But thank you, man. I try not to be. Who would be a good director for a Joss movie? Oh, good God. Tarantino. It would just be all Bigfoot. Thoughts on Lake Mungo? Lake Mungo is great. I would like to do a video on Lake Mungo at some point. But I mean, Lake Mungo, like so many other ones, Lake Mungo, There's Nothing Out There, The Faculty, Judge Dredd, all these are ones that I want to do, but it's all like just they're taking a really, really long time. Like, I'm not going to beat this dead horse because I'm sure you've heard me say this a million times. I am one person doing all of this. I'm doing my best, and it's these things take time. We will serve no wine before it's time. And so whenever I put a video out is when I'm like, okay, it's done. You know, it needs to come out to the wild. So yeah. Lake Mungo is really good. Mean Guns from Albert Pune is getting a Blu-ray. Yes, probably not this year, but I would like to do a video on Mean Guns. I actually, a little funny story. I did a one night overnight D&D, a D&D one shot essentially, that was based on Mean Guns. I had a bunch of my friends came over. We all had like drinks and whatnot, and I put together a campaign. It was one night where like a bunch of guys, they all had off the night from their girlfriends or wives or whatever, all came over to my apartment at the time, and I put together a campaign where they were in this enclosed prison dungeon, and a bunch of mercenary orcs, what have you, monsters, they all like had a big drop of magical items, and then they all went off and were all fighting each other, and it was like only one person could win at the end, and it was really fun. That was a neat one. Everybody died. Faculty's been a favorite since I was a teenager. Faculty's a great movie. I love The Faculty so much. Have you seen the 2003 Aussie film Undead? Yeah. I love Undead. Undead got a Blu-ray release from not from Vinegar Syndrome, but from one of their subdivisions, somebody that they were affiliated with. So yeah, love Undead. A video eventually. I don't know when, but definitely. I love Van Helsing. Van Helsing is, as far as I'm concerned, incredibly underappreciated. I hear your voice every time I see the word bees. That's you can thank Harry Partridge for that one. He got me hooked on saying bees. Bees is a fun word to say, especially when you say it like, Dr. Bees.
The French.
Oh my God. You know what? Holy crap. I got a bunch of super chats I got to catch up on. What do I think about disturbed behavior? I did an exploring video on it about 5-6 years ago, and talking about the history of it. I love it, but it's it got wrecked by the studio. It was not. We did not end up with what we should have gotten, but I think the end result was still good because the source was good. All right, yeah, I definitely missed it. Here we go. Fabian Leon, your content is amazing. I rewatch Silent Hill, The Hidden Faith, and The Lost Boys all the time while I work. Enjoy your random references, especially the O&A ones. Am I ever going to do Phantasm 2? Fabian, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. Yes. Phantasm 2 has been in the works for a very long time. We just lost the original Mike from the first Phantasm. He died, I believe, yesterday. And that kind of reminded me that, holy crap, I really need to get on Phantasm 2. So this is one of the reasons why I've kind of been sitting on Phantasm 2 for a while. I was at like a tape trader a long time ago, and I have a VHS tape of about 8 hours of behind the scenes footage of Phantasm 2. So it's stuff that's not on the it's all like their dailies and whatnot. So it's not stuff that's on the DVD, not stuff that's on the Blu-ray. This is completely just unfiltered stuff that somebody working on the film, like, just, I don't know, either on purpose or accidentally leaked out or whatever. But so I really need to go through there and scour all that footage and see what's worth like bringing to the table. But yeah, Phantasm 2 definitely at some point. I don't know when, but definitely. And I'm glad you get the O&A references, because I had been putting them in there for a while, and all of a sudden people were like, hey, I think he's dropping O&A references. And I was like, yes, my health doesn't allow it. And the Alpha Slayer again with the $10 super chat, dude. Thank you. It sounds more like old 80s metal from horror movies. They even did a cover of the Dickies Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Very cool. This is the least I can do for all the wonderful content. Thank you, dude. Thank you so much. I am friends with John Massari, who worked on Killer Clowns. He did the music, the score for it, and great dude, really really great dude. I am curious. Unfortunately, I am not really looking for. I hope the video game does well, but it's not something that I'm interested in. It's a multiplayer shooter thing. It is Dead by Daylight with killer clowns, and I'm not. It's not my bag, baby. So anyway, games on a Friday. What a country. Let's see. With the bad movie collection, I've been growing. I found it enjoyable coming up with your own genre labels for some of them, like Homeboy Horror. Do you have any of your own? I have like just extensive exploitation. You know, some of them exist, some of them like don't. You know, you've got your maxploitation, your nunsploitation, your like TV exploitation. You're like so many different exploitations. Of course, I can't think of any off the top. Any new ones that I've come up with off the top of my head. I was joking about one the other day. Nintendo exploitation. You know, like The Wizard was Nintendo exploitation. So, yes, on Fridays you get treated to my lovely, lovely other half. Please increase the volume of my microphone. I am maxed here. Here, let me put it up a little bit. How's that, guys? Any better? Good, bad, different, whatever. Perfect volume. I don't know. I try to. I mean, on my levels here, it's like right below yellow, which then goes right into red. So I try not to make it too noisy. Let's see. I think I missed some. Hold on. No, with the thing and make sure I haven't missed any. Where? Oh, that's right. Tonight I was going to ask you guys questions, but let me answer these guys. I'm no Josh Hadley. Well, Josh is just I love him. Josh is a very dear friend. He's been a friend for a long time, but man, is he a fucking crank. I'm a great narrator and storyteller. Oh, thank you, Gabrea. I appreciate that. And have I seen Riccio? Riccio is Riccio, the story of Ricky is the 15th video I ever did on Blip, but it's long since gone. So I'm gonna redo it at some point. You're so upset over Amazon ditching the watch party. Yeah, I knew its days were numbered, though. You are the movie nerd we all wish we could have had as a friend back in the day. Well, you have me as a friend now. So, and through the wonders of the internet, we can all get together and talk movies and shit. I was a huge fan of the show Brimstone when I was a kid. Do you think the concept would make for a good movie? Yeah. I think Brimstone would make for a great movie. I think Brimstone would make for a great series. Like, what they could do is they could do the first episode, and it's like you need to catch let's say 2 guys. And he catches them, and then he's like, "Aha, you didn't read the fine print," and it's like 200 guys, you know. So then they could, make as many as they wanted. I think Brimstone would make for a great movie. Have I ever watched the horror movie Crimson Peak? Yes, I did. I thought it was brilliant. I loved it. Lion Queen. There we go with the Super chat, thank you so very much. I'd like to see you review or explore Something Wicked This Way Comes. You are in luck. I was going to put Something Wicked This Way Comes out last October, but Afflicted came along and I had the opportunity. I had been trying to get that one done since 2018. So I kind of pivoted Something With This Way Comes. I'm like, look, nobody's expecting this one right now anyway. So I moved that one out of the way so that I could get the Exploring Afflicted out. And consequently, it worked out to its favor because I've been digging up more information about Something Wicked This Way Comes, which will be out this October. And it's probably going to be like an hour long. The story behind this movie starts all the way back like 40 years before I'm trying to remember like when, because I haven't really tinkered with it, but it starts decades before they actually made the movie. Nobody wanted to make this movie. And it went through hell and back to finally get made. And I love it. I think it's a great movie. And I know there's a director friend of mine who loves it too. So, let's see. Lee with the $5 donation. Thank you so much. I'm a fan of Walter Hill. Do I have a favorite film? Yeah, a lot of people are going to lean on Streets of Fire, which is terrific. Streets of Fire is a great movie. I am going to go with Johnny Handsome, however. Johnny Handsome is, it was Mickey Rourke, and it's just a really good movie. I think a lot of other people would say, 48 Hours or Southern Comfort, but I don't know. Johnny Handsome, I think, was just underappreciated. And yeah, he's an actor. He's a director who has done consistently good work, and if for whatever reason he's just not really getting the work that he should on in Hollywood. It's kind of a shame. And now, dude's up there in the years, so I don't know how much more he's going to be able to direct. He did just put out Dead for a Dollar a couple years ago, but that was the first movie he did in a while. So it's a shame. He should do more stuff, but that is that's Hollywood for you. Let's see, what have I missed? Have you played Mumbo during your D&D session? I played Mumbo number 5. Yes, I had questions for you guys. Give me a second. I haven't watched Destroy All Neighbors yet. I have a couple of movies I have to watch tomorrow, but neither of them is Destroy All Neighbors. Okay, my questions for you wonderful people. Just because I'm genuinely...
the French.
Oh, there we go. Is that the... Oh, that's another one. Okay. Hold on. Let me... Lenny Laserdiscs, been a fan of yours for years. Just wanted to say you do awesome work. Thank you so much, man. I greatly appreciate the super chat, and I greatly appreciate the kind words. It really... I know I'm repeating myself, but I sincerely mean it. That it means a lot that you guys, not only love what I do, but that you really want to support what I do so I can continue. And it seriously means the world to me, because this is all I want to do. Okay, I want to make movies, but I can't make movies. So instead, I'll talk about movies. And I'm more than content to continue to talk about movies and to talk about video games and all that stuff as well. But, in a perfect world, I'd be making Mr. Beast money, and I could go and make a movie and shit. Like, I would make some killer horror movies, but maybe someday. I did work on 3 award-winning documentaries. I mean, that's something I never expected to do. So, Okie dokie. All right. So I am going to continue. So yes, I mean, please still feel free to super chat it up. I will pause the questions, But while I have a like a bit of a lull here, I'll ask you guys some questions. Show my face. I've shown my face on on what do you call it? In Search of Darkness 1, 2, and 3, and I think, like I said, I think I was on In Search of Tomorrow. I'm going to be on 3 more documentaries. Just, not here per se, Believe me, you don't want to see me right now anyway. I haven't shaved in like a week, and my hair is all fucking messed, and probably have eye crusties. LA Beast, Mr. Beast. It's funny, for a while I didn't know that there were 2 people. Showcat, well, there y'all, Showcat. Okay. So some questions for you guys. Oh, I just saw, I know you're not as drunk or angry as Critical Drinker. Well, I'm not really drunk or angry. Have you ever thought of a collaboration with Critical Drinker? Yeah, I would be stupid not to. Again, he's another one where I don't know if he knows I exist, And I don't know, it's kind of awkward being like, okay, I wasn't in Search of Tomorrow, because that's the one I haven't seen yet. I've been kind of busy. That's why I didn't watch it. I'm like, oh, I'm not in it. Fuck this movie. Okay, well, thank you. That answers whether or not I was in it. I didn't make the final cut. I'm gonna go yell at the director. I don't know. Like, going and writing to, because you got to imagine somebody like Critical Drinker and Red Letter Media and all them. They're constantly getting, have me on your show, and I'm sure it's just annoying at this point. And I don't want that. I would be neat if I got there on my own merits. Like, one of my fans said, hey, you should have Good Bad Flicks on your show, and he saw my stuff and liked it and said, hey, come on, we'll talk movies and shit. At the bar thing that he does. Like, it'd be fun. I Bad Grammar, love you content. Thank you. No, oh God. The only thing worse than my face is my fucking feet. It's kind of funny when you see me on the camera for the first time. Your brain will think it's another voiceover until he puts it together and it's actually me talking. Yes. Well, that's just advanced CGI is all. More collabs with Peter. Peter's a good egg. If Peter would come out to the goddamn Sci-Fi Horror Fest, I could do something with him in person. I mean, me and Brandon, we did the we live riffed Claw of Evil. I think me and Peter would have a blast in person. Peter's a really fun dude. You guys should check him out. Look up the Cinemasochist. Good friend of mine. Been a friend of mine for like 10 years now. He just loves exploitation movies, and he is a gigantic gentleman. He's a gigantic Serbian. What a hoot. So you look like crazy Bradford Dillman at the end of Bug. What are my thoughts of the movie Hook? I don't like it. I think it stinks. I think it's one of Spielberg's worst movies. I haven't seen any of the In Search of Darkness docs. Worth it? Yes, absolutely. In Search of Darkness documentaries are fantastic. I wouldn't have been in them if I didn't believe in them. Set aside some time. Well, they're broken up into chapters. So even though they're long, they're like, the first one was like 4.5 hours long. But even though they're long, they're broken up into chapters. So you can watch it in segments if you don't want to sit through, the whole thing all at once. Although a lot of people were like, I wasn't intending to watch this whole thing, but it flew by. So I would have taken way more Cecil and way less Will Wheaton in Search of. Okay. I'll let you in on a little inside baseball here. Don't tell anybody. I know there's 173 people here. Don't say anything. some of you probably don't even care. But I'll link Pete's channel in a minute. I got to look it up, but I want to say first, I didn't when we were putting together In Search of Tomorrow, I didn't know that they had asked Wheaton to be on it. And after they did, I was like, oof. Now, the thing is, the producers are from England. So, and they don't really go on social media all that much. So, they don't really know some internet drama stuff. So, I was like, look, you're going to get cancellations because Wheaton's involved. And I'm like, I'm just going to put that out there now. You just know. And they were like, all right, well, thank you for letting us know, but, we already signed him on, and so he's going to be in it. And I'm like, there are people that hate him. And to be perfectly honest, he kind of is a hateable individual. He has brought a lot of that hatred upon himself. So I said, just know that there are going to be people that are not happy that he's involved. So I had actually forgotten about that because it's been so long since that came out. So, Screaming Mad George or John Carl Beekler? John Carl Beekler. Oh, I miss him dearly. Poor guy. All right, let me bring up Pete's channel. There you go. If you would like to check out my buddy Peter's channel, right there, he's a good guy. There's not a whole lot of videos on his channel, but he puts a lot of heart into them. He loves like exploitation and stuff, and he's a funny guy. Yeah, Will Wheaton. Wheaton broke me. No, he's just. I'm not gonna get into it, but if you've been on social media when he was on, yeah, have you ever watched the anime Ninja Scroll? Yes, Ninja Scroll. Hell yeah. You got Shudder just to watch the. Oh, nice, Daniel Crook. Thank you, man. I hope you're saying, like, I don't know if you're saying you got it so you could now, or you got it past tense and you watched it and enjoyed them. I hope so. Take a Drive. I pledged so much money. I was so hyped for the documentary, and when I sat down and watched it, it was a huge disappointment. Everything else was great except for his takes. Oh, that's a bummer. So I'm guessing, yeah, Will Wheaton. Well, I don't know. I know they're doing a part 2. I think it would probably be in their best interest to not have him involved in part 2, but that is not I can offer suggestions, but at the end of the day, it is not my, it's not my call. It's not I am working with the project, but I am not like a producer. I am not somebody who has say. So I have sway. I can offer, like I helped them with the edit for the first one, and I can offer suggestions, but like with the original one, I was able to get them to drop a lot. There was some political stuff in the first one, like people were talking about current politics, and I said, please, for the love of God, please take the political stuff out. I'm like, if you want to do another documentary, take the political stuff out, because that will turn off half your audience, like right out of the gate. I'm like, it doesn't need to be there. We're talking the 80s. Like, you don't need to do 80s comparisons with now. It's like people are watching this because they want to get out of now. And thankfully they listened to me, and they got rid of a lot of the political stuff, because otherwise I really don't know if the series would have done. I mean, not saying that I am a lot behind the series doing well, but I really think that that would have hindered it quite a bit. It's just, it does not need to be there. People, like, the last thing people want to talk about is that. So, Patrick Whitaker, just a hello, love the channel. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. I like Scott Pilgrim versus the World. That was in my top 10 of whatever year. Yeah, that's why, and I'm just going to say this and I'm going to move on because I have questions to ask you guys. I stay neutral. Like, my politics are my politics. It doesn't affect what I'm doing. I'm not here to talk about that. I'm here to talk about movies. I'm here to talk about entertainment. I am here to talk about nostalgia. I am here to get you to not think about all of that garbage, because that is my least favorite subject. All it does is make everybody angry. And occasionally I might make a mention of something, or if I'm on social media, I will comment on something. But I really just, I don't care what side of the fence you fall on, as long as you are a good person, as long as you are cool, and as long as you want to talk about movies or whatever, then everyone is fucking welcome. If you are here to change the movies and all that, like, then maybe not. But no, this is all about the love of entertainment. And I think that that's gotten lost somewhere along the lines. Like, people have forgotten that, we're here because we love this stuff. And that was one of the reasons why I started doing this, was that I wanted to talk about the movies that I loved. I wanted to share the stuff that I loved. And I wanted to share, like, the love of cinema, and it branched off into TV and other stuff, because I think that there is a wide variety of stuff out there that deserves to be talked about, and it's fun and entertaining. There's nothing wrong with that. So, when will I go on the Merrill Howard Kalin show? Bad with 2 Ds. Is that like Upgrade with 2 Ds? I'm not familiar. Merrill Howard show? Oh, and you redacted it. It's okay. Is that a bad thing? I mean, thank you for the super chat. Would I do Ant's show? If you mean O&A, Anthony, dear sweet God, yes. But he recently announced that he's just done. Like, not done, but he's not doing guests anymore. He's not doing, like, he's just kind of, I think that after he had his heart attack, he's really just kind of, he shortened the show significantly. I wouldn't say his heart's still in it. His heart's still in it. But I think that he kind of had an epiphany. He had one of those, like, near-death experiences, and it changed his perspective on things, because he was getting ready to start a whole, like, comedy community down there, and it's just, he's not doing it now. So I when he was up here in New York, there was probably a possibility that I could have gotten on. Now, more than likely not. So, 3 cheers for vintage escapism. Huzzah. Absolutely. What are my thoughts on space? You know what? I didn't like, I know this is probably blasphemy. I do not like Space Jam. I think Space Jam is terrible. It's one big, long commercial. I didn't like it. God, I can't even look up. I don't know, what was that show? I forget the name of the show. I was going to look it up, and he deleted his comment. He changed after Beavis died. Poor Beavis. Broke his heart. Well, now he's got Neo. Neo's hanging out. Neo's hanging out watching the printer. Favorite movie starring Bob Hoskins? I would say Super Mario Brothers. More realistic answer, Shattered. Which is a that was God, it was Bob Hoskins and the sniper guy whose name is escaping me at the moment. Shattered is a terrific thriller.
Ah, the French.
There we go. Bad with 2Ds again with the super chat. Thank you so much. It's an old O&A bit. It's on YouTube with a not safe for work. Interesting. I'm guessing maybe it was one of the was it one of the like Jocktober shows? Because the only ones I remember, God, the one where they had to like shut down the website. So no, I don't know, but that's funny. Thank Tom Berenger, thank you. But yeah, so thank you to thank you, Bad with 2Ds. Now I'm like, okay, now I get it. See, even there's some references even I miss. There also was a movie called Unchained, which if you're in Europe, I think it was released under Danny the Dog with Jet Li. Unchained's really good. Do you also consider The Wizard a commercial for Nintendo rather than a movie? I'd say it is both. It is a commercial for Nintendo and a movie. Space Jam was a cash grab, but it was fun. The only thing that I think really came out of Space Jam that it seems that most people agree on is a lot of people are attracted to Lola the Bunny. Because I see a lot of pretty girls doing the Lola the Bunny costume. It's Lola the Bunny, isn't it? Shattered is twisted and bonkers as hell. Yes! Oh, I'm so glad somebody else knew. You know Shattered. Great movie. And I think in Bob Hoskins in his like natural accent in that too. You haven't thought about Tom Berenger and Sniper in over a decade. Sniper's a good movie. And then there was Sniper 2 and 3. It was funny. Tom Berenger like started that, and then he also started the Substitute series. But with Sniper, I forget who took over Sniper, but Substitute, Treat Williams took over Substitute, and they were fun. Sequels to that were really good time. Oh, and a misheard song lyrics. God. I used to drive to work and just drive home from work, listening to O&A, and oh God, they were just gold. Lola helped you through puberty. Oh jeez. Okay, so let me ask you. Billy Zane was in the first Sniper. He was the shot caller. Sniper 2 through 5.56 Boogaloo. All right. So I'm gonna get some questions in here. And again, feel free to keep sending super chats, but I figure in the meantime, I'll ask some questions. Out of curiosity, and this is something I've been meaning to ask, what is the first episode of mine that you guys saw? Like, what's the episode that you were like, okay, I'm gonna click on this, and you watched it? O&A Party Rock! Us! I know, Scamdar. It's hard to focus. Billy Zane was good in Demon Knight. It's just I see so many questions I want to answer, so I'm like going all over the place. Stan, yes, I am on. You don't remember. Species, okay. So fairly recently. Although Species was 2 years ago. The cool thing about Species was after I did that video, I got contacted by a lot of other people that worked on it that contacted me, which was really neat. Love when that happens. Oh, and it was awesome. You're from the North Delaware area. Oh, Dead Ringer, dude. I listened to them so much back in the day. They were great. What happened to PG-13? What happened to movie posters? You don't remember? Your videos were shown at an anime convention. They showed the PG-13. That's funny. I would have loved to have seen that. That would be hilarious. I don't know which one. It was one of the 5 unknown. So that's definitely newer. Yeah, I only started doing that in the last year, I think. There's like 7 snipers. Oh my god. Sleepaway Camp. Yes, I know that one. That one got all the way to Felissa, which was cool. She loved it. The Blob remake. Yeah, that one. I'm very proud of that one. So long ago, you can't remember. Do an essay in college. Time B movie horror. And your video popped up. There you go. I think it was Death Machine. I got to redo Death Machine. Blair Witch 2 was a big one. A lot of the what the fuck ones really went off. Or Tricks or Treats. Wow. That one was fun to do, but it's one of my lesser, one of the ones that didn't go over as well. I've seen every exploring video, but it would have to have been one based on horror. Moxie! With the donation, man. Thank you so much, dude. I can't remember the very first, but I've said your Silent Hill video is definitely your favorite. Get Tony and that glorious Canuck on for a chat. Yes. Yeah. Definitely. I'll have Tony on at some point, and I'll get Peter on at some point, and maybe I'll get Brandon on at some point. That'll be fun. We'll all just... Now, that's another thing, too. Occasionally on Peter's Twitch channel, me, him, and Brandon get together and we watch some awful movies. They're really fun. 976 Evil, PG-13 or posters. Super Mario or Night of the Creeps. I'm redoing Super Mario at some point. Krull, Deathstalker, the D&D movies. I've been watching you for over a decade. I honestly don't remember the first one you watched. Cool. It's been 9 years. It was the one before you changed the intro. I think it was Killer Santa Claus. You redid it. The first video I ever did was Don't Open Till Christmas. That was the one that I redid a couple years. I redid it 2022, I think. But yeah, the last video I did before the new intro. It's funny. I remember the new intro was Daredevil. And that one got taken down immediately by YouTube. Cocaine Wars. Oh, that's crazy. Spiders. Spiders is fun. I'm doing Spiders 2 at some point. Remember exact video, but it was brought to me after autoplay from a Dead Meat video. There we go. Yeah, he had his wife Chelsea. I know she had mentioned she had watched Stay Alive on their podcast. Kind of surprised, not for nothing. I've talked to him in the past, and I know that his wife's now mentioned me. I'm like just kind of shocked they never asked me to be on the podcast. I'd go on, The Catwoman, oh god, the Catwoman review that's not even up anymore. I was talking about somebody with that earlier about how I want to talk to Petoff about Catwoman, but if he saw the video that I did, I don't know if he'd be too happy.
The French.
Oh my goodness. Where we go? Take a Drive. Did I enjoy Psych and massive amounts of pop culture references in every episode? I loved Psych. I thought Psych was a fantastically written show. That and Monk, I loved both of those shows very much, but for two different reasons. Both incredibly well written, but both really good. Psych was so friggin' funny. Psych was just really well written. Corbin Burnson was great. The chemistry that they all had together was terrific. I at the time I missed like the last I think 2 seasons, but I want to go back and watch them. I love that show. Really good stuff. So thank you for the super chat. And yes, that is terrific. Just looked. It was Exploring the Blob in August of 21. There we go. What are my thoughts on fan edits of movies? Sometimes I think the fans get a little little over edity. My favorite horror anthology. Probably Creepshow. Yeah, probably Creepshow. Maybe Cat's Eye, but I have to go Creepshow. Exploring Evil Dead came out 8 years ago. There's no way it's been... How has it been 8 years? Bruce Campbell tweeted that one out. That was crazy. First one was Time Rider. Oh my God, that was... Yes, that was episode 37. In a row? Yes. Time Rider. Tracks was the first one you remember watching. Oh, Tracks with Lupa. Watch Exploring Sweepaway Camp a few times. Friday the 13th. The new... Oh my God. That is a really old one. It's funny though. Like, Friday the 13th, like, it's not as old as Time Rider, but for me, that one seems older, you know? But anyway, yeah, the Catwoman, going back to the Catwoman, that one might make an appearance again. I don't know. If I can, you know, if I can get a hold of the director, I think that would make for an interesting video. I really need to know how that movie happened. Blair Witch 2. Species was 2020. Oh my God, I feel terrible. One of the guys that worked on the movie had given me a lot of info, and I've been working on a Species video, but it's just taking a really long time. According to your watch history, Hackers 13 years ago. Wow, Hackers was 13 years ago. Hack the Planet! I think the Amityville Horror had the most sequels. Oh, God, yeah. Nobody's ever going to catch the Amityville Horror as far as sequels. So many. There's over like 50 at this point. Lawnmower Man. I'm going to do a video on Lawnmower Man at some point. What are my thoughts on the Fantastic Four movies directed by Tim Story? I like them. I did not expect to like them, but I like them. I think that they're fun. You think it was My Science Project? Oh, God, yeah. That one, I'm not entirely happy with how that one turned out. I think it could have been funnier. Surf Nazis. Love Surf Nazis. I'm going to do an exploring video on that one for sure. Cherry 2000. I love Melanie Griffith's hair in that. Wasn't your first video Loved Your Space Hunter Adventures in the Forbidden Zone? That one, that was another movie. I didn't talk about it in the video, but that was another movie that I watched with my dad. My dad didn't like movies and stuff as much as I did, but he did have a penchant for like certain movies, like, you know, the original Blob, and he loved Flash Gordon and stuff. But yeah, he liked Space Hunter. You started with Galaxy of Terror. You watched Galaxy of Terror multiple times. Loved the history. That one was a ride, man. Holy moly! Like, that's the thing with the videos. I never know a lot of times where I'm gonna end up with them. Like Galaxina. Whew. What a story behind that one, huh? Quick horror manga recommendation: Hideout. It's good. Been seriously thinking of adapting it into a screenplay. Very cool. I'll check it out. Hideout. Another Catwoman. Oops. jumped ahead there a minute. Creep Show. Love Monk. God, Monk's so good. To All a Good Night. Oh my God. That's another one I want to redo. I don't think it turned out as well as it could have been. Remind you, Bloody Discord, when you do that. Big fan of Brandon's. Love hearing you guys are good mates. Yes, Moxie. Yes. I will definitely. I've been talking to Peter and Brandon. We were supposed to do something, I think, in December, and it just never happened. I will definitely plug it whenever we do it. I don't know what we're gonna do. The last time we watched what did we watch? We watched Beastmaster 2. We watched that that Fish Out of Water movie with the with, was it Nitro or something from the American Gladiators? And then, God, I don't even remember what I did. I know we watched Bollywood Evil Dead at one point. That's what gave us. Oh wait, do I have my? I have. Yeah, that's what gave us this.
There's no stopping it.
Wow, right. That's what gave us the.
Shut up, you rascal!
Yeah, I will definitely let you guys know. Still have a copy of the Daredevil video from The Escapist. Ah, yes, I am going to redo that. It's going to be a lot longer because do I have so much more about the Daredevil movie. So, honestly, shame that TCM shut down TCM Underground. Yeah, it was kind of shitty. Maybe it was a Silent Hill references video. That one, man, that one should have done better. Does James have 2 podcasts? Yeah, he did. He has the one with his wife, and then he has the other one with Catherine Corcoran from Terrifier and Trauma. But I think the one with Catherine Corcoran is for interviewing interviewing and stuff. Like they had Barbara Crampton on. They had I think they had. Did they have Sean Gunn on? I think they had a bunch of famous people on. Dead Ringer, your last video at 15 seconds in the picture of the kids looking at all the trashy horror films had you dying. Yeah, that one I found that one, in my Google searches, and I thought that perfectly encapsulated the time. Just all the, these friggin' 3 kids, little kids, just all looking at the trashy horror films. It perfectly encapsulated me at that age. Just going to the video. It was that I have an older sister, and so I would drag her to the video store and just be like, "Rent me this crap." That's how I saw a lot of the movies that I really shouldn't have seen at that age. I discovered Good Bad Flicks more than a decade ago. Yuku recommends it while I was binge watching one of the watercolor films, 31 movies in 31 days. Ah, very nice. Thank you, Cab. Currently watching Monk on Blu-ray. Yeah, I'm waiting. I think it's Mill Creek is putting out the Monk season by season. So I'm just waiting for them to release a box set of the whole thing. So yes, and Buffalo Bill is the chief on Monk. What? She about size 14. I've been waiting for again a Monk crossover movie. I do think one of the few things that I liked during the pandemic was they did a video about how Monk loved the pandemic because he was he couldn't go out. He was at home. He was sanitizing everything. It really was very in character. It was a nice bit that they did. I thought it was very funny. The Changeling, yeah. The Changeling I'll probably do at some point. They made a post-pandemic Monk special for Peacock. Oh, I didn't know that. Wow, maybe that was it. Maybe that was tying into the pandemic special. So I know they did the little thing, but Psych was an 80 Kids. Yeah, big time. Loved Psych. Yeah, and young Corbin Burnson in a wig. Let's see. Remember when you and Peter would torture Josh with long-running franchises? Dude, we tortured Josh as much as possible. That was a fucking thing unto itself. We had so much fun. Like, I do, like, you have no idea. Like, we would get on Sunday nights and record Radiodrome. For those of you who don't know, I did for 400 episodes a podcast called Radiodrome. It originally was Josh Hadley, Brad Jones, the Cinema Snob, and his other buddy. I feel bad. I can't remember his name. But they were on it, and it kind of like the one guy left. They brought in another guy. Brad left. I came in, and then the other guy left, and then we brought in my buddy Peter, and then it was me, my buddy Josh, and my buddy Peter, and we talked exploitation movies, just everything and anything for like seriously like 400 episodes, and we had a great rapport. Like Josh is a fountain of knowledge, but he's miserable. He hates everything that came after 1995. Peter is a really knowledgeable dude. He's a little bit younger, but he knows his shit, loves exploitation, and is very super enthusiastic. And then you've got me who, I know what I'm talking about, and I can talk about just about anything. So you get the three of us together, and we would go on, and so like we would talk for like an hour, and then we'd record the episode, then we'd talk for like another hour, and it just, oh man, we had so much fun messing with Josh. They were really, really, really good times. So if you ever need like 400 hours of stuff to listen to, go look up Radiodrome. The website's still up. Maybe the stuff, yes. I have my stuff container. Oh shit is back. Thank you for the super chat, man. Frazetta's granddaughter is selling a prequel comic to Tigra. You should check it out. It's limited edition print. Very nice. I'll give it a look. Thank you, dude. Years ago when I discovered your channel, in mind, you and Tenold were the same person. There were a lot of people that confused me and Brandon. So don't feel bad. That gets all the time. All the time. Twilight Zone or Tales from the Dark Side? Ooh, that's a tough one. I would probably go... I'm going to go Twilight Zone. Now, I just realized, do you mean the TV show or the movies? If it's the TV show, I'm going to go Tales from the Dark Side. If it's the movies, I'm going to go Twilight Zone. I think the Fantastic Four movies from Toy Story are decent. I like them. I think they're fun. I think they're really just fun for what they were. They were different. Could they have been better? Yes, but they were fun. Remember Surf Nazis? I don't mind the second one. So yeah, I think even though it was a big, Galactus was a big cloud, but it was still, I didn't really have that big of an issue with it. We're seeing Space Hunter at the drive-in. Oh, wow. I would have loved to have seen that at the drive-in. Speaking of Fantastic, I remember watching your review of the 2015 film, being so glad that someone else actually liked it. Yeah. I had put on there, I had just gotten laid off from my job right before I did that video. And so I was very angry. And I think that kind of came out. Well, I don't think it came out. It very much came out in the video. Like, I was just mad because people, like, why would you go to a movie on opening night being like, oh man, I can't wait to see how much this sucks. Like, I don't understand that at all. It's one thing if you're like, oh, this is going to be bad. It's going to be like fun. But they were like, oh, I can't wait to shit on this movie. And so that kind of came through. I still think that it's a very flawed film, but I think the end result was fun. I watched it again not too long ago, and I like it. I still like it. Galaxy of Terror is a fantastic mind trip. It certainly is. I love the stuff. It's one of your favorite horror films. I saw it on Netflix in 2014 after a review from Video Masters TV. Who should direct a proper adaptation of the Fantastic Four? Honestly, at this point, I don't know. I don't even know if we're going to get one. I know we're going to get Disney's like version of one. Mark my words now. The Disney version of the Fantastic Four is going to be worse than the Josh Trank one. That's another one I would love to talk to Josh Trank about it. But I don't know if he's talked a little bit about it, but I don't know if he's going to be willing to kind of open up about the story, especially because it kind of screwed his career up really bad. Cover Werewolf the series. I did cover Werewolf the series. I mentioned that in one of my early TV episodes. Brandon needs to do more Godzilla. I'll let him know. His stuff's like 90% Godzilla. I think you'll ever cover the Ilsa films. Yes, absolutely. Probably. You know what? I might do them in order. What was it? I think it was She-Wolf. If I'm not mistaken, I think She-Wolf of the SS was first, and then the Oil Harem, and then I forget what the third one was. And then I believe there's a fourth one, but it's not officially an Ilsa movie. But yeah, I totally want to do the Ilsa films at some point. Timothy Turner, what's up? Oh, Elephant, take care. I'll see you Friday. Is it too soon to review Suicide Squad? Goofy, if you're talking about the David Ayer Suicide Squad, I really want to do a video on that. I really, really, really do. I want to reach out to him and see if I can talk about it, and put together like a full-on exploring video about like what was wrong, like what they did. I don't know if I don't know if he would be open to it or not, because he's still working, and I don't know if he because there's some like a lot of times, a lot of the directors I've talked to like have already retired, and so they're more than happy to tell the story about, oh, this was a fucking disaster. They're more than happy to talk about what went wrong. But talking to directors who are still in the business, it's a little trickier because they don't want to end up saying the wrong thing and screwing up potential jobs. So some of them just they would rather not talk about something. Like, look at how much shit Dakota Johnson got, like, talking a little bit. She wasn't even really bad-mouthing Madam Web. She just was like, they were like, why did you do this movie? And she's like, well, I just want to see what a big movie was like, and I didn't really enjoy it, so I'm not going to be doing that again. And oh my God, Sony got all pissed off. And it was just like, that she could have said so much worse than that. So Suicide Squad, I would love to do Suicide Squad at some point. I don't know. What do you think of how Disney has handled Lucasfilm? I think that they have they started off well. I like The Force Awakens a lot, and then I don't know what happened. The world changed, and consequently they changed, and there's a long ass story about how. Because people are mad at J.J. Abrams. It was not his fault. I don't know why he didn't just do all three of the movies, but they had J.J. Abrams. he had, the first one, Force Awakens, and then he had plot points and beats for 2 and 3. So it would all so it was like, okay, whoever writes the scripts for 2 and 3, here's the beats to follow along with what was set up in the first film. And when Ruin came on, he took that, threw it in the garbage, and was like, I'm going to make my own movie with blackjack and hookers. And he made The Force Awakens, which fractured the audience. I mean, I have a friend of mine who, he has a son named Ben after Ben Kenobi. He has a dog named Lucas. He has a dog named Leia. He builds lightsabers in his spare time. Dude he has every Star Wars figure you can imagine. He has tattoos of Star Wars. And that movie came out, and he's like, for the first time ever, there's something Star Wars and I don't like it. And it kind of made him not like Star Wars. And I mean, and I know there's some people that are like, babies, but no, it's like it was very disrespectful to a beloved property. And, I'm not going to go, because I know some people, they get pissy, we talk too much about Star Wars, but I don't like the way that they handled it. I think they did a very terrible job. I think they started off well, and I was excited with The Force Awakens, and it just went downhill from there. I did like Solo. I don't think that they needed, I think Solo would have been better if it was just a new character. They could have easily done Solo and not made it Han Solo, just call it something else. But I thought that was way better than I was expecting, and I thought that was going to be a clusterfuck. I thought Rogue One, I liked everything about Rogue One except for the lead actress. I thought she was terrible. But I mean, all the other ones, not good. Russo brothers should direct a Fantastic Four movie. Zombie High. Oh God, Zombie High. That was Virginia Madsen. How about Doppelganger with Drew Barrymore? I haven't seen it in a long time. Love the video you released yesterday. It was amazing, and what you could find at the back of your family video store growing up. Thank you, Devo. Yeah, some crazy shit back there. Kind of jumping ahead here. Brandon's Doug McClurathon was fun. Brandon's funny, man. He's a good guy. Ayer got so screwed over. Ayer would love to unload on Warner Brothers. Hey, Fox. Yeah, I need to. I'm gonna reach out to him. I'll see if he's because I don't. I'm not gonna do it out in the open. I'm not gonna do it on Twitter. I'm gonna see if he's got an email that I can reach him at, because I would love to talk to him about that. And who knows? Maybe it'll go viral and it'll get enough traction, and maybe they release the Ayer cut, people will see it, and next thing you know, they'll actually release an Ayer cut. I would really, really love for that to happen. Game Over Club. I love these live streams. Keep it up. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. Let's see. Yeah, it doesn't even sound like she commented on the movie herself. I mean, I think she might have said one little snide thing, but it was so it was so milquetoast. It wasn't like some of the people that really unload on movies. And then there are all these people that are like, oh, her career's done. And it's like, Don Johnson and Melanie Griffith's daughter. She's Hollywood royalty. She's not going anywhere. She was, oh, you know what? I heard about the Peanut Butter Falcon. I never saw that one. That was another Shia LaBeouf movie. But I hadn't seen it. But I did hear that one was pretty good. She badmouthed it to the Hollywood Reporter, saying it was, oh, okay. No, I didn't see that. I saw the thing. I I saw the thing with her where they were trying to get her to talk about the quote, I was in the jungle researching spiders. She badmouthed the Hollywood Reporter saying it was art by committee, and that's not how to make a movie. Well, she's not wrong. Force Awakens good. Doesn't serve. Yeah, Force Awakens. I think a lot of people, they were all Mary Sue, and my whole thing was like, unfortunately, we'll never get closure on it. But Rey, they were really setting her up to be something, like it wasn't so much she was a Mary Sue, we didn't know. And I think that there was going to be a more interesting story there that we'll never get now because they hired Rian Johnson to fuck the whole thing up. But Dakota Johnson in a remake of Cherry 2000. I think, see, here's the thing with that. Like they were asking Kurt Russell's son if he would be in the remake of Big Trouble in Little China. And he's like, no. He's like, that was one of the iconic roles that my father did. He's like, I don't want to, like, all it's going to do is draw comparison between us. And he's like, that, I don't want to do that. He's like, he's like, yeah, I loved watching it when I was growing up and stuff, but it doesn't mean that I want to be my dad's character. So I think Wyatt, who looks a lot like him. But I respect that, and I'm glad, because we don't need a remake of the Big Trouble in Little China, for fuck's sake. Oh God, Real Men with Belushi and Ritter. That's a fun ass movie. What are my thoughts on the Star Wars sequel trilogy? No, sir, I don't like them. Slither wasn't James Gunn's first movie. Slither wasn't even James Gunn's second movie. I believe Slither was like his maybe third or fourth movie. Because he did the Shut Up Crime movie. He wrote. Oh, wait a minute! Holy fuck! Am I wrong here? God damn! I'm wrong. I'm sorry. I could have sworn he did Super before he did Slither. I know he wrote Scooby-Doo and parlayed that into fuck. I could have sworn that that Super was pre-Slither. Okay. All right, yeah. Hey man, not always right. I mean, I try to be as right as possible in the videos because, I have time to double check. But in a live situation, I make mistakes. I really thought Super was before that. Huh. Oh, son of a bitch. Super's pretty funny too. I thought I was going to hate it. I really enjoyed it. Slither's a good movie. I like it. I miss old James Gunn though. He's no longer with us. He's making just shitty Marvel movies. You thought Mary Van Peebles was in the Solo movie? No, not that Solo. Sepultura is over this year. What is Sepultura breaking up? I'm Irish. I've never been to Brazil, but I'm so happy a friend from there suggested those. Have I seen any Brazilian movies? Yes. What was the one? Or no. That was not a Brazilian movie. God. I've seen a lot of international films. There was one from Brazil. Oh God, I think it was like The Tattooist. Hold on. Let me look it up real quick. Was it this one? No, that's not it. Oh God, I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. There was a movie. It was in. It was. I'm pretty sure it was supposed to be Brazil, where there was a guy who he was a tattoo artist, and he was tattooing people, and they were dying because of something related to the tattoo. Like he wasn't killing them, but he was inadvertently putting this, like, he was cursed and he was putting this curse on them. It was a neat ass movie. Oh, you know what? Andor, yeah, Cat Breath. I think you had recommended Andor before. Andor and I know a lot of people are talking about the new X-Men 97. I'm just not giving Disney money. Like if my brother-in-law usually will stop by with a hard drive full of stuff. If he stops by and he's like, "Hey, I've got Andor," I'll give it a look, but I'm just not going to I'm not putting any money in Disney's pockets until they like do some course corrections. Speaking of peanut butter, was any I love the peanut butter solution. Yeah, peanut butter solution, I'm totally doing a video on at some point. Sydney Sweeney joked about Madam Web on SNL. She's lovely. I like her. I like her a lot. And not just because she's pretty. I think she genuinely seems like a cool chick. Wish Finn and Poe had been the main focus. Well, like they set up Poe, or I'm sorry, not Poe. They set up Finn to be an interesting character. He was a Force-sensitive ex-stormtrooper, and they made him into a fucking laughing... They made him into a punchline. It was terrible. Chad is here to answer my questions. I got one out. The one that I really wanted to know, aside from what your first episode was, is Real Men the movie with the first glow-in-the-dark condom? I believe so. To my knowledge, Real Men is the first... Or no, not Real Men. No. That was... it was John Ritter. The one... It was the comedy that glows in the dark. Fuck. Somebody probably answered it by now. Tattooist was Samoan with the kid from the Roswell series. Okay, so I'm way off on that. For some reason, I thought it was Brazil. Okay. All right, hold on. I'm gonna look it up, but by the time I find it, if somebody else picks it up, let's see, John Ritter. Here we go. We watched that on a movie night one night. It's pretty sure it begins with S. There we go, through Pryor's Place. No, all right, no, it's not that far back. The Last Fling, Real Men, Skin Deep. Yeah, so it did begin. That was a Blake Edwards movie. Really funny movie. Yeah, but that was the one with the lightsaber penises. That shit was hilarious. The Devil Lives Here is a decent Brazilian horror film. Okay, I will give that The Devil Lives Here. A lot of like devil. What do I think of Disney owning 20th Century Fox? I don't like it. I don't like that we now have a lot less companies making movies. Turistas. Was Turistas Brazil? Turistas was good. I liked it. Can't go under account of definitely chairman of the board. Stay Tuned was the shit. Yes, Skin Deep had Zap from American Gladiators nude. I'm like, well, I didn't expect to see that. Okay, the other question I wanted to ask, I don't know if you guys know. I don't know how many live streams you guys watch or if you do them or not. But whenever somebody does a super chat, I've seen a couple of other YouTube channels where the super chat will appear on the lower thirds of the screen as like, in like the yellow text and whatnot. And it stays down there for for like a minute or so. And then it goes away. I don't know, like I've been looking for like an app that does that in OBS. I cannot find anything that does that. And so I'm curious if any of you guys know. Short of me like creating it, Have you ever seen any Filipino horror films? Hell yeah. I have seen I have entire drives full of horror films from all over the place.
You're the killers. Your whole sick society. That's who's guilty, man. We're just your lousy scapegoats. You're the
Cab 1350 with the super chat, dude. Thank you so much. Your videos really set the bar for quality and production, research, humor, and totally infectious movie geekery. And you love The Faculty, beloved movie of your teenage years. Knew you were good people. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I seriously, I know, I like sometimes it doesn't feel like people understand the amount of work that I put into these videos, but I mean, I pour so much heart and soul. Like I'll be honest with you, I pour more heart and soul into the exploring videos, simply because there's so much more labor intensive. Whereas the Good Bad Flicks videos and all them, they're fun. I love doing them, but they're like not as difficult. I mean, you can tell, it's easier to do, so to speak. But it doesn't mean that I half-ass them. It just means that, the one is more difficult than the other. So yeah, I really try to put as much of my own personal stamp and much of my heart and soul into like every video that I can. And it's always nice to hear that it's appreciated. So thank you so much. Yeah, Gunn worked for Trump in the beginning. Yeah, he wrote Romeo and Juliet. And I'm going to be a shameless plug whore again here. Lloyd Kaufman will be at the Sci-Fi Horror Fest and the Vernon Downs Casino Hotel August 16th and 17th this summer with me. Although he's really going to be like way more people are going to come and see him. Everybody loves Uncle Lloyd. So I loved you, USA Up All Night. I loved Rhonda Shear and Gilbert. They both brought something different to USA Up All Night. I think I might lean more towards Gilbert. Okay, so Turista's it was an American film set in Brazil. The reason why the old 20th Century Fox films didn't get loaned out to theaters. Yeah, that's the other thing too. Like there's a theater nearby here on Tuesdays and Thursdays. They would run like Die Hard and fucking Raiders. And once Disney bought them, they were like, you're not allowed to do this anymore. And I was like, oh, thanks. Thanks a bunch. Will I do a review of Problem Child 1 and 2? Maybe? You know what? I like Problem Child 1 a lot. I think it's really funny. I don't remember much about 2, and I'm almost positive that I've seen it. Rhonda Shear still uploads old skits and bumpers from Up All Night on her channel along with her other stuff. Oh, cool. I saw a video of her where she interviewed Linnea Quigley. I think that might have been on her channel. But yeah, she's cool. Speaking of straight to VHS, have you ever seen Gourmet Zombie Chef from Hell? No, I haven't, but I will check it out. Please do some Al Adamson flicks, Brain of Blood. You know, given enough time, I will do everything. Like you have no idea how many movies I want to do. Like I seriously right now, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8. No wait, no, I'm sorry. 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 movies sitting here that are on my coming soon pile. And then I mean 2 of them are well, one is the original, one is the remake. And then the other one, and then I have the Master is sitting here staring at me, going, "Finish me. Finish the series, you coward." So, if I finish the series, you guys got to do me a favor, please. If I do the rest, I have so many people asking, if I do the rest of the Master videos, will you watch them, please? Because every time I put them up and nobody watches them, it hurts the channel. And that sucks. So, let's see. Have I ever watched the sitcom Married with Children? I reference Married with Children all the time. Skull the Mask is a good slasher from Brazil. See, like I am versed in a lot of Thailand horror. I'm versed in J horror. I know a lot of Filipino exploitation from the 70s more so. The old Corman, Sirio Santiago stuff from that era. A lot of the more modern foreign horror films, I don't know as well as I would like to. So, like, I've been branching out a lot more, and that's one thing I guess you could thank Disney for. Disney's been so terrible lately. I've been watching for other things, like I'm watching stuff like, a lot of foreign films that are infinitely better. And honestly, I'm kind of glad because I've discovered a lot of really cool movies that I might not have seen otherwise. So, can't believe you caught it live. The best voice to go to sleep to. Thank you, Sean. Yeah, I get a lot of that. I have a friend of mine who is who's an artist who's like, dude, I don't. He's like, I know this sounds really weird, but I will put you on, put on one of your playlists and just go to sleep. And I'm like, thank you. Like, why do I hate Max Keller? I don't. Well, yeah, I hate Max Keller. He stinks. Well, thank you, Scamdar. And Moxie, thank you. Who's in for a Masters Marathon? Oh, please. I'm kind of hoping that's what happens. I hope that maybe when I finish the series that people just go back and will watch like all 12 of them. But it's YouTube is so dumb. They punish you if a video does, like they half-heartedly reward you if a video does well, but they will immediately punish you if a video does bad. And every time I do a master video, they punish me, and it's really kind of taking a little bit of the wind out of my sails, which sucks because I think it's really fun, but I don't know, for whatever reason people don't like it. Yeah, I'm gonna do Fade to Black. I'm not sure when, but I'm totally gonna do it. And thank you to everybody who's going to watch The Master. I mean, if you really don't want to watch it, I understand completely. But I think that they're fun. I'm coming up with different names for every episode. The ninja and the nerd, and like so many. I have fun doing them. I just wish that they were doing a little bit better. But hey, man, can't have it all. Burning is a Savini classic. Yeah, I'm surprised I haven't done the Burning yet. Did the Prowler twice, but I haven't done the Burning yet. Would that be the law offices of Hagen and Daz? I have seen 1989's Arena. They finally found the 35mm print. They were going to Arrow restored it. I'm going to do a video on that at some point. Love Arena. Arena is, if you guys have never seen Arena is Rocky with aliens. It's so good. Yes, Scamdar. Blood and Steel is in the pile, is in the Discord pile. Tomorrow night on the Discord. We've got Bigfoot and birds, and there might be another one this week. But I've got a lot of stuff that we need to watch, and Blood and Steel is definitely one of them. Blood and Steel. What was I going to watch? Blood and Steel. Where's my... Oh, yeah. Blood and Steel, and possibly a movie called For Men Only, but I'm not sure. Neil Breen is making... Neil Breen just made another frickin' YouTube, or another video. YouTube shouldn't be punishing you for your master videos, that's right. They shouldn't. I mean, well, YouTube shouldn't be punishing anybody for making videos, quite frankly. It's so dumb. Now you can't get the master theme out of your head. Master Ninja... Yeah. Master Ninja theme song. Oh, and there we go with another prawn sack following me over on Twitch. Thank you so much. I have seen Steel and Lace. I have the Blu-ray from Vinegar Syndrome. Probably going to be doing a video at some point. Yeah, Arena is... Well, Arena... I think Arena was the 9th video I ever did back in 2010 before I came over to YouTube. I know I did Arena very early, but I'm going to be doing another, a much better, improved, updated version of Arena. Awesome. The YouTube monitor that penalizes the master videos is it's Maxine Keller. It's his daughter. She doesn't like me bad-mouthing his dad. Throwing her dad, having videos of her dad getting thrown out a window. What do I think of the term elevated horror? I think elevated horror is like elevated horror is like when they call Silence of the Lambs a thriller. It's because they don't want to talk, well, this is better. I think it's just movie snobs that they don't want to admit that they like a horror film. So they call something like the Hereditary, oh, this is elevated horror. And it's like, get your head out of your ass. It's a horror film. Stop trying to make it something, I think just by calling it that, it's just it's a disclaimer. This is I don't watch horror movies. I watch elevated horror. No, it's just then get out of the hobby. Then go watch something else. I'm surprised I haven't done more Rutger Hauer movies. I'm totally going to be doing Split Second at some point. James Gunn's first job was music for a Don Dohler movie. Don Dohler's another one I'm going to be doing some stuff for. Oh, the Ring of Steel video was really good. Yeah, Ring of Steel was fun. That was the one with mullet combat. You know what? I heard Mute Witness was really good. I don't think I've seen that one. I got to get on that. Arena does make for a good double feature with Robot Jocks. Bigfoot and birds sounds like there's boobs afoot. No, it's not that kind of birds. Because I know you think, if you're English, I know birds is slang for women, but no, it's just it'll make sense when you see it. I did Kazam. I did Kazam. God, 3-4 years ago. Love Kazam. Love Steel too. Society is awesome. I love that movie. It's so weird. The shunting. As a fellow fan of Full Moon and Empire Pictures, which films do you believe deserve a remake? I think Eliminators. I think a good, honest remake of Eliminators would be great. Like if they were able to kind of, give it like a $50 million budget or something and really go all in on it. I think that would be killer. Jodan Baker. I got to do I have, what's the movie I have? Final Justice. Yeah, I have Final Justice in my, I have a piles, and Final Justice is in my, do I want to do this year? So Final Justice maybe this year. I don't know. We'll see. Watch everything you, James, Rolf, Emma, Blackery, and Bright Sun Films upload, no matter what it is. Oh, thank you, Carrie. I appreciate that. Would I ever do a video for Urge Sakadoji, Legend of the Overfiend? Probably not. It would be fun. It would be interesting, but I don't know if I'd be able to. It would be tricky. I wholeheartedly recommend Black Snake Moan. Yeah, the Christina Ricci like chained to the Radiator movie. Very interesting. Elevate horror is a term for pretentious reviewers to, because they don't want to admit that they like it. Exactly. There we go. I love Robot Jocks. I think it, in Stuart's memory, I think they should leave it alone. Raven House, how you doing, man? Yeah, exactly. Cannibal peeling off faces and eating brains. It's a horror film. People calling Watchmen a graphic novel. I mean, well, graphic novel is one of those ones that came out like I kind of look at it from it like
the French.
It's snooty, but I don't know. It's weird, but American Ninja, yes. Although I'm talking to Sam Furstenberg, I think I'm probably going to do Breakin' 2 first before I do American Ninja. You love Steel more than Kazam. A lot of people do. I'll give you a kidney to do Surviving. I love Take a Drive. Thank you for the super chat. I love Surviving the Game. It is the most dangerous game with an all-star cast. Everybody is on top of their game. It is such a fun-ass movie. I love Surviving the Game. I will let you in on another little tidbit here. Years ago, my wife was between jobs back when like the housing market and all that was kind of shitty back in like 2008. And I had started a thing. She has not seen, well, now she has, but like I've shown, since we've been married, we got married in 2007. I have shown her an abundance of films. Like, so there's a lot of things that she had never seen before that she now loves. Stuff like Harley Davidson and the Marlboro Man. And so I had started a thing called Cheesy Movie Monday as a way to kind of cheer her up. And every Monday we would watch, it was kind of a precursor to Good Bad Flicks in a way. Like I would, we would sit down and, we'd have dinner, and then afterwards we would watch like whatever I had lined up for the night. And the first movie we ever watched on Cheesy Movie Monday was Surviving the Game. So that movie will always kind of be special to me. That was our first, Good Bad Flicks movie before pre Good Bad Flicks, really. So Surviving the Game will probably happen at some point, and I'll probably throw that little story there at the end as like a little stinger for when I talk about like I talked about how important Plumbers Don't Wear Ties was to me to be able to do. Would love to see a video about Tourist Trap. Oh yeah, Tourist Trap will happen at some point. Tourist Trap's totally going to happen. Society is probably going to happen. Did I grow up watching anime on the Sci-Fi Channel? No, I didn't grow up watching anime on the Sci-Fi Channel. I used to rent and buy, like I would rent anime from the local video store, and I would buy anime from what was it? Suncoast Video. I used to be able to get it was $20 to buy VHSs of anime. That's how I saw Devil Hunter Yoko. That's how I saw Ixer 1. That's how I saw Lensman, Fist of the North Star, Vampire Hunter D, Akira, like all of them because of that. So I didn't really watch anime on Sci-Fi Channel. I would just kind of go and buy, whatever I could at Suncoast.
Drop that 0 and get with the hero.
Ravenhouse. Thank you, dude. Thank you so much for the super chat, man. That's awesome. Your video on mazes and monsters is still one of my all-time favorites. Oh, that's it. I had fun with that one. I think it could have been better, but I think it still was pretty good. Did you know what? I still haven't seen Honor Among Thieves. I gotta get on that. I know it's on Prime right now. I really gotta watch that before they take it off because, it's convenient to see it. I really want to see it, but yeah. You know what? I have done Chopping Mall. Chopping Mall was the second video I ever did. But it's it got, it was on Blip before I went to YouTube, and I didn't bring it over because what did I use? I don't remember what I used Pac-Man Fever for the intro. Yeah, I would love to play them on here, my old episodes, so you can see how terrible they are. It was pretty funny. You can hear also the quality in the microphone and the quality of me like recording in the morning when I'm sleepy, where I'm like, because I think I opened Chopping Mall with like, do you like robots? Do you like explosions? Do you like tits? Well, if I got a movie for you, Chopping Mall is a no from director was that Jim Wynorski. Would you ever receive Buckaroo Banzai? I have a Buckaroo Banzai headband. I am an official Banzai member. Love Buckaroo Banzai. I got to do that. Yes, I have heard of 1988 Cyber Ninja. I've been planning to do a video on that one as well. Haven't, but I would like to. Your take on the Blood Trilogy would be great. The Blood Trilogy. The video games? It's travesty. Goldblum didn't win for The Fly. Yeah. Dark City's awesome. Yeah, I've been meaning to do a video on Dark City for the longest fucking time. Great movie. Holy Trinity of remakes. Yep, Fly, The Blob, and The Thing. Absolutely terrific. My failure with comic book artist Will Eisner. Yes, I am familiar with the name. I have more than likely seen his art plenty of times, but I cannot for the life of me think of any of it right now because I am really bad with names. I haven't seen One Night at McCool's. I remember I thought Liv Tyler was really hot in the trailers, but that's one that just slipped through the cracks. I still never saw it. There's no Kasugi like Sho Kasugi. Look, I love Michael Dudikoff, but Sho Kasugi is an actual ninja. Favorite AVGN episode? I would probably go back simply because it was my first AVGN video I ever watched was the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles one. That one is just I remember watching that in like 140p, I think. Dark City will probably get a 4K release. If we got The Crow in 4K, I think Dark City will probably come along at some point. No one's reviewing Dark City. Every stream I'm on requests it. Is there an asshole studio reason preventing people? Not to my knowledge. Dark City is a video that I just been meaning to do it forever, and sometimes I get I get a little sidetracked. I hope you understand. I try, there's only so many weeks in a year, and sometimes some things just end up taking a really long time, and I end up not doing them right away, and for whatever reason they fall through and they don't end up getting done, and that's why I usually don't announce what I'm doing, simply because I don't want to disappoint people if unless it's like really far along, like unless I'm like 100% sure that, this is coming, like, oh, I'm working on this, it'll be out in a month. I usually don't like to say, simply because shit happens. Like um there was a video I was working on, and I was getting close to getting finished, and then I got contacted randomly by somebody who worked on it and gave me a whole shit ton of additional information. So I was like, all right, let me delay the video, and it made the video better, you know? So Blind Fury was the tits. That was really good. Tourist Trap, I know it got a 2K release. I think they're doing a 4K for it. What are my thoughts on the live action Ghost in the Shell? I need to watch it again. I just want to, I want to give it another look. Suncoast, you sold me MD Geist, and I'll never forgive you. Oh no. But they sold me Gunhead, and so I don't need to forgive them. Here's a title for you. Lost Faith. It is shockingly bad. Let's see. Lost Faith. Is that Joel D. Winecoop's Lost Faith? Steve Nakoda kicks ass. Oh no. This is a shot on video. Oh, this is oh, what do you, Joel D. Winecoop. Oh, this looks amazing. I mean, it's no Blood and Steel or not Suburban Ninja. That ninja movie we watched that I'm totally blanking on. You can hear I'm drifting. All right, yeah, Lost Faith. I need to see that. Vampire Hunter D. You haven't heard that? Oh, Vampire Hunter D is awesome. Would I ever do a list of video based on 80s, 90s anime movies or OVAs? You know what's weird? In general, I've discovered that my audience is kind of a little hot and cold on anime. So I don't know. I don't know if I did a video on anime, how it would go over. Honor Amongst Thieves. I heard it was like legit good. So I really got to check it out. You saw Cool as Ice. Oh wait, it just jumped. Typically, how long does it take start to end to make one of these good bad flicks? I'll tell you, a regular good bad flicks episode, regular one where I kind of do like I kind of goof on the movie a little bit and talk about its trivia. That can take anywhere between like 3-4 days to like a week. Sometimes maybe 2 weeks. Depending on if I want to give it a little more time to do some rewrites and stuff, but between like let's say 2 weeks and less, but usually I can crank them out within about like 4 or 5 days or so, like because I'll watch the movie, I'll rewatch the movie, I'll write, I'll rewrite, I'll record, I'll edit, and then I go back and re-edit and tweak and then release it. Now the exploring videos, they take anywhere from, let's say a month to like years to do. Now I'm not talking constantly working on them for years, but I'm talking like going back and forth. Like I was saying, Afflicted, I started working on that in 2018, and that one didn't happen until 2023. So the longest one that I consistently worked on and finally got to release was Nothing But Trouble. That took 6 years to do. Now that's 6 years of trying to find people that worked on the production, trying to get any kind of information. And finally, once I found one person that wanted to talk about it, I found a few, got me in with a few people that wanted to talk about the film. So I was really glad to get that one done. I had been trying to do that one for the longest time. The Faculty, I've been working on, but I haven't been working on like as diligently as I was. Like I had a feeling that if I kept plugging, I would eventually be able to get a Nothing But Trouble video done, and I was right because I did. The Faculty, on the other hand, that one is just, I think, dumb luck is what's going to happen. Somebody who worked on the film is going to see one of my videos and be like, "Hey, I want to talk about this," and will give me the extra bit of info I need to finally, get that one out the door. Do I have any books you consider unfilmable? Not off the top of my head. Because there's a lot of books that I would like them to make movies out of. But I think right now I would rather them wait like 10 years because everything kind of sucks now. And I'm hoping in 10 years things are better. So, I mean, in like 10 years, I would love like an Omega Sub movie or a proper. We did get a Deadlands movie, but we got, or Deathlands rather, but it was a made for sci-fi film and it wasn't really particularly great. But I would love like a legit Deathlands movie. I would like a proper Wizard of Earthsea movie. I'm looking at my bookshelf over there. I would love a Spellfire movie. I would love a Tribe of One. Tribe of One would be brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I would be oh, it would be so good if they did it legit, but they probably won't. You grew up watching James Rolfe's videos. They're all hilarious. Yeah, I mean, I didn't grow up watching them, so to speak. I mean, I was already kind of old when I started watching them. But I remember, back in like the early 2000s when, God, it was on like Screw Attack or whatever. I didn't know if maybe the studio behind Dark City were assholes about copyright strikes. To my knowledge, no. I think, well, Dark City is Dimension, which is under Weinstein's, which is kind of hit or miss. You never know. I mean, that's kind of the crapshoot. You don't know what you're gonna, if every week it's like, is this gonna get hit? Is it gonna get hit? What are my thoughts on Roger Ebert? I think he's a blowhard. I think he, I don't like talking ill of the dead, but I think that he and Siskel were a little too full of themselves, quite frankly. James really did pave the way for this kind of content. Like, he was a pioneer. I mean, that's why he's the fucking man. Suicide Kings. God, I haven't seen that in a while. That was Walken. Do you think you could do Rabid Grannies? Yeah, I could probably do Rabid Grannies. That was one of the ones that was released by Troma, but not made by Troma. Oh God! Oh, that just reminded me. WrestleMania. No, I'm not looking forward. Well, I don't watch wrestling anymore. God, I had somebody. Oh, I have to write this down. Fuck. Wrestle movie. There was somebody who contacted me a long time ago, like 3 months ago. They wanted me to watch this wrestling movie, and I just remembered now. Media Play was another good place to find anime releases back then. Sometimes it'd be like 30 for like 2-4 episodes. Oh wow. We didn't have Media Play out here. We had pretty much the best we had was Suncoast. It was really about the only place to get anime. Lost Faith is kicking ass for Jesus. Oh, well, that was You remember Dead Alive? I kick ass for the Lord. Oh, Scamdar, yes. Justice Ninja style. An hour later, or that movie. Gunhead was adapted from a script that was a rejected script. Writing contest entry. The winner became Godzilla versus Biollante. Oh, wow. What? That's wacky. I didn't know that. Do I have a favorite film noir? You know, I like film noir a lot, but I'm not as versed on it as I should be. Like film noir is a genre that I would like to get into more. So please, if you have any recommendations, go right ahead. Doomed Megalopolis. Oof. Yeah, that's a crazy one. Love the anime. Bennett the Sage is great for. Oh God, that's a name I haven't heard in a while. Will I do an exploring DCU video about Promising Rise? I would like to, because it's very near and dear to my heart. I think that Zack Snyder's Justice League is, by a country mile, as they say, the greatest comic book movie ever made. I think it is absolutely positively brilliant. And I am devastated that I am happy that we got it, but I am devastated that we will not be getting any more. And I'll leave it at that. Ninja Scroll is crazy good. Have you ever watched the animated movie Little Nemo in Adventures in Slumberland? Not in a very long time. Midori would love you to see you do a review of this anime. I will give it a look. Yes, well, I remember that was a big thing where they were like, anime is not for kids. Have you seen Godzilla 1988? What are my thoughts? Or 1998. I don't like it. I've seen it a few times, and I don't like it's essentially Godzilla's, because like she gives birth and then it turns into Jurassic Park. I think that I think the trailers were better than the movie. I know you've seen several animes, but have you seen? Oh, I love Robotech. Robotech, to me, is kind of like Star Blazers. Like, I believe Star Blazers was my first anime, and then a couple years later, was Robotech, was Macross, and then was the Robotech Masters, and God, what was the other one? There was three of them, but I know it was like, was it Mosey Pita, and I don't remember exactly which one, but I know that they were repackaged other ones. But Macross Robotech is just, it's just special to me. Like, it's so good. I have the DVD box set, but Harmony Gold just, they put out the Blu-rays, but the Blu-rays were really bad. I would have bought them otherwise, but apparently they were like, the quality is somehow worse than the DVD. So, but I love Robotech. Robotech is one of my favorite, favorite anime series. I'm curious. I've never seen the originals, as like, not Robotech's, not with the addition, not with the changed dialogue and all that. So I am curious to see them. But man, I love the originals, or I love I love Robotech in and of itself. Bubblegum Crisis. I have only seen a couple of Bubblegum Crisis. Rats Nights of Terror was a great video of yours. Oh, I love that one. That one was really fun. That one kind of became a meme on the channel with the rat scientist. Just throwing all these titles at me. So here's another Terror. Oh God, Terror in the Isles. That was the well, it was basically a clip show. That was fun. I haven't seen that in a while. Oh, it's all good, dude. Please, it's all good, man. Vampire Hunter or Vampire Princess Review. Dresden Files. I saw a couple when it was on TV back in the day, but I missed a bunch. Dead Men Don't Wear Plaid. Well, that was a spoof comedy, but that shit was funny though. You know, my grandmother did that to me once. Night Train to Terror. Yeah. Jesus Christ, Vampire Hunter. I have seen FTR American Badass. I thought it was good. It wasn't as good as it should have been. The Frighteners is still one of his best. Cyberman was like the Lawnmower Man was the monkey with the gun. Suncoast Inner Mall across the movie theater. Got many tapes there. Love for you to do a review of film noir. Yeah, I would love to get into film noir. I think it's really interesting. It's just that it's one of those, like, I'm so into like horror and exploitation and sci-fi and everything. Like, I really feel like I've missed a lot of film noir. Oh, okay, film noir. Let me write this down. Film noir. Gun for Hire. Key Largo. I know Kino Lorber is having a film noir. Well, they're having a sale, but they're selling like all their film noir stuff. So I'll have to see if any of these are on there. Out of the Past. They have so many. White Heat. Thank you. I will definitely give some of those a look. The original Nightmare Alley. Oh, Nightmare Alley. I like the Summer Cup, but I quit in less than 4 hours. No, I think it was fantastic as it was, but I understand. Zack Snyder's yes, seriously. It is. There were a couple of good things that came out of COVID. That definitely was the best. There were a couple of funny little, like in the beginning when it wasn't, when we weren't, like when we didn't hate everything yet. I would love to do Cloverfield, but it's Paramount, and Paramount is a real pain in the ass to work with. So consequently, I don't know. I had a great idea for Paramount. I had a great idea for Cloverfield. I don't want to say what it is because somebody will steal it. But I don't know. I might do it anyway because I'll get the views on it, but I won't get. I'll end up fighting them for months over it, and it's a big headache. But I think it'll probably do really well if I do it. do. Favorite giallo film? It's I know it's gonna be cliche, but I really do like Suspiria. Gore in Venice is something I do enjoy as well, but I think that Suspiria is probably my favorite. Chris, if you're still here, good night, man. Who's my favorite director? Personally, I have always been a huge Spielberg fan. I think Spielberg is a fantastic director. I think he's kind of lost the plot lately. He's just not as just not as good as he used to be. I think he's kind of fallen into the trap that he himself said he shouldn't, where talking about budgets and everything, like he did Ready Player One, which I feel is just everything that's wrong with movies today. I could not stand that one. But Spielberg has made some of the greatest movies ever, and nothing will ever take that away from he's just they're really amazing. Even some of the movies that he's produced have a little bit of that Steven Spielberg feel to it, and just he does deliver magic. It's just he hasn't delivered magic anymore. Oh yeah, Devil in a Blue Dress. Now I have seen that one. I haven't seen it in a long time, but I remember that one being interesting. And Denzel always fucking delivers, like that, man. Would have loved to have seen a Cloverfield video. Yes, Paramount's such a pain in the ass. It sucks, man. I'm telling you, it's such a good idea, and nobody's done it because it is a video where I got to go through the movie frame by frame, and I think it would make for a great video. But it will take me a long time, and it's probably here's the thing with YouTube. And I'll be very brief. Essentially, if a company keeps claiming it and then they finally drop the claim, they still get to keep all the money that it made in those times where they claimed it. So most videos will make all their money like the first week or so. And if it goes viral later, but I mean, within the first couple of months is usually when it makes all its money, unless it blows up again later. So essentially, what they'll do is they'll sit on it for like 3 months, and then they'll release it. But in that time, it's already made all the money that it's going to make, and then all that money went to Paramount, and it's such a screwed up way of doing things, but it's the system they have. So, would I do an exploring video on the Mike Flanagan series? Honestly, I haven't seen any of them. But I like his work a lot. I'm just behind on like new shows and stuff. So, but I like I mean, hell, I talked about Oculus. I mean, I think I gave Oculus a pretty glowing review when I did it. And I talked about he did Ouija 2, which I gave a really good review. I think he's very talented. And I don't want him to fall into the trap of being the Stephen King director guy, though. I hope he can kind of branch off from that. Dario Argento's Cat of Nine Tails, Deep Red. And yeah, Opera is really good, too. Yes, Ready Player One seemed like the book of the movie version of the consumer meme. Totally. You like Fulci's Giallo movies? Yeah, his Giallos and his zombie movies and all like his horror movies. Whew, are they tough, man? They are brutal. Magic Metzen, looking forward to checking this stream out tomorrow since you've been super busy this evening. Hope you're doing well. I hope you're well too, man. Thank you so much. Well, Ready Player One had everything. Like, it wasn't even an Easter egg in it. Like, everything was in the freaking movie. Even though it's Paramount, what are your takes on War of the Worlds, including the TV series? I love I'm gonna go soon just to let you guys know. So, because I am I can feel my voice going. I love the original War of the Worlds. I think it's brilliant. I love the War of the Worlds TV series. I got it on DVD, and I am so happy that it got released officially. Because I had like a VHS rip, and it was just crap. Crap quality. But it is such a great, fun series. And I think the Tom Cruise movie is absolute hot garbage. I hated the Spielberg, or it was Spielberg, right? Tom Cruise, War of the Worlds. It did not need to be made. I thought some of the action sequences were cool. Big explodey messes. Story-wise, absolute excrement. All right, I got to write down. All right, it's Devil in a Blue Dress. I need to see that again. I haven't seen it in a while. Denzel's cool, though. Spielberg is still one of your favorite directors. I do agree that he's lost his touch the years, so I don't hate Ready Player One, but it's like really there hasn't been a Spielberg movie in any time within, I'd say, probably the past 15 years that has come even close to his old stuff. New York Ripper, yeah. My buddy Peter loves that one. What about there was a 70s musical? Oh my God, your favorite actor is Dougie Bell. Yeah, Dougie Bell. God, I think Dougie Bell retired now though. Oh, Chippa. You said DVDs of Star Blazers was better. No. The DVDs of Robotech was better. Apparently, the Blu-rays of Robotech that Harmony Gold put out were awful. But the DVD box set of Robotech apparently was better, and the quality is pretty good. I have them, but I haven't gotten the blues because everybody was saying do not get them; they're garbage. So, anyway, why not send Paramount an early screening of your video to agree? They don't listen. I'll give you a quick story, and then I'm gonna head out. Years ago, there was a big studio, huge, one of the big ones, and they were constantly sending me like merch and stuff, and I was like, I wrote and I was like, hey man, I love you guys, but can you tell, they're like, please talk about our movies. And I was like, I love you guys. Can you tell your copyright department to whitelist me? And they're like, we're not allowed to talk to them. And I'm like, I appreciate the merch and I'll, like I got a lot of cool shit from them, but I'm like, I can't pay my bills with fucking Halloween masks, So it just kind of, and it just was crazy because they're like, we love you so much here, and I'm like, I love you too. I would love to talk about your movies, and like I said, they're like, we're not allowed to, talk. Our copyright department is in another building, and we are not allowed to talk to them. And I'm like, I don't understand why. That makes no fucking sense. It was said Spielberg had to...
The French.
Thank you. It was said Spielberg had to work his ass off to get Exo Squad because Universal Studios didn't want to acknowledge they own the popular series. It's kind of so goofy. I don't understand when companies do that. They don't want to acknowledge that they own something. Would love some Michael Mann films. I want to do The Keep, but we will never get the official. Michael Mann said he will never allow the full cut of The Keep to come out, which is very sad. Rotom and Asylum made a good movie. The Asylum made a couple of good movies. And by good, I mean good. But last year's, there was a Hallmark Channel movie from The Asylum last year that my wife loved. Like, she said it was fucking great. So, the extended version of The Keep, he said it will never happen. He's like, not while I'm alive. It will never happen. So, anyway, you guys are amazing. Thank you so very much for hanging out with me again on a Tuesday. I appreciate all your kind words. I appreciate all your super chats and your donations. It is keeping this. It is keeping all of this going. I did not get to ask you all the questions that I wanted to, but that's no big deal. Maybe I'll ask them next week. I am always happy to just answer questions here and shit. One of these days we'll have some sort of format. But I think in general, you guys, it's not like there's no shortage of stuff that you're asking me. So I kind of dig that. I'll probably have some guests on in the future, and but thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. Watch Wayne, the Batman Without Batman movie or Batman show, whatever. I will take a look. Thank you guys so much. I really genuinely appreciate it. You guys are great. I will see you all soon. If you would like more of me, you can. I have all the links down below. Join the Discord. We have great chats there. Join the Twitch channel. We have more fun and hijinks over there. So yeah. But anyway, if you don't want to, that's cool too. I will always be here, because this is my bread and butter. So have yourselves a great rest of your evening. Good night, you guys. Take care. I'll see you soon.